Rated R, this is a warning, you better avoid. Poets are paranoid, DJs destroy. Yes, I came back.
That's a G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come up, she cutting it up. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't in our lane. Man, I'm a high school dropout, now I'm breaking the bank. Only hit your hoe one time, I love some name. Gang, you got to listen to this bitch when you standing on my stain. We ain't in a double R truck, got a big ass tank. How you find yourself trying to come up off my thing? And I never do that shit to you cause it's like, yeah. Dude, just got locked up, man, free the boy out of the chain. And I love that nigga that day, he'll catch me a break. Nigga bitch cheating on him, tell my bitch better not do that shit. I'ma lose my shit. My nigga got a stick, I ain't even gotta say he gon' do that shit. He gon' shoot that bitch. Big ass FM, but it's there, go through all that shit. Got a lot of shit. I've been through but it's like 10 times, so I don't do all that shit. And it's crazy how a nigga came up cause I called it. Big lock on my side, take precautions. Filling my cup up with mud cause I'm ballin'. It's so crazy how I made it, I caught it. Remember when I couldn't get up in college? I'ma still hit this hard, meaning much got mine. Pray to look up every night, I'm so righteous. Running from demons, I'm so tired of fighting. She must be off for something cause she wildin'. If my brother needed it, he know he got it. On the hood by speed and running about. Got the G53 and I swear that bitch go bang. Every time your shit come up, she cutting it off. It's only one of me, you cannot touch my brain. You just can't. I'm with all my guys, these bitches ain't.
Chad, what up, chat? 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 Chat. This man LeBron, chat. I mean, what more I need to say for a guy like LeBron James, chat? There is another NBA basketball player that has came out. Make sure y'all smash the like button because it is going down right here tonight, bro. There is another basketball player, another NBA basketball player that have came out there and basically sat there and said that LeBron James is on, allegedly he was using and taking performance enhancing drugs, which is PEDs, right? And when people sit there and talk about LeBron James' longevity, when people sit there and talk about LeBron James' sustained greatness and sustained excellence, people do not talk about how he's allegedly using those things to boost him up. So when you have guys like Kevin Garnett that sit there and say LeBron James is on that new juice, when you have guys like Victor Cote, who was the owner of Valco, right, which is a type of performance enhancing drugs, that sat there and said that ESPN blocked some things that could have indicted LeBron James on using allegedly those PEDs, right? When you have Chael Sonnen, who sat there and said that LeBron James was allegedly using those drugs as well, right? I'm kind of believing that LeBron James is on those things. And when LeBron James retire, there is going to be more information that's going to bring out for LeBron James. Now, let's get to this video on what former NBA basketball player. Make sure y'all smash the like button because we want everybody to come and see this video. Make sure you support everybody. Smash this like button because we got a good episode for y'all today, man. Jeff Teague, on his podcast, the 520 podcast, they were discussing when is the best version of LeBron, and he basically sat there and said this, chat. Y'all take a listen.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat Bron was, he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Oh,
like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like they
start sports allegations?
Y'all remember that though? No. When they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah, that might have been the best Bron, bro.
So y'all hear that, chat? Do y'all hear that, chat? Do y'all hear this shit? Do y'all hear this? What this man Jeff Teague has sat there and said? Do y'all hear what Jeff Teague sat there and said? He sat there and said LeBron James allegedly had to sit out because his back was hurting as well, right? And he basically sat there and said that LeBron James was allegedly using those performance-enhancing drugs. This is a guy that played in the NBA. This is a guy that played against LeBron James. This is a guy that went against LeBron James that sat there and said that LeBron James was using those drugs. Let me shout out to Retro KG in the super chat. He said Chael Sonnen said he knew his drug dealer. The jig is up. Facts. This is what he sat there and said. Y'all take a listen to the people that's just now coming in, and we're going to show the videos and the pictures and the evidence. Y'all take a listen to what he just sat there and said, chat. This is not voice shot, Photoshop. There's none of that. Y'all take a listen.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat
best
Bron
Bron we ever
was,
seen. I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now, I give you
like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like
There goes the Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
Nah.
When they was like he got everybody. They started testing for HGH, and they was like, "Yo," and he had to sit out. Like he said, his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was.
And this is a guy that played in the NBA. This is the guy that's in the NBA, chat. This is a guy where you look at Jeff Teague, he went against LeBron. Everybody in the NBA are like a brotherhood. They know the things that are going around in the league, which is not always publicized in the media. Do you find it ironic, chat? Do you find it ironic that it came out last year in the Olympics that only Steph Curry, KD, most of everybody on Team USA was tested for PEDs and performance-enhancing drugs, and it came out that LeBron James wasn't tested for that? They have literally made this guy. Bro, I've been trying to sit there and say that LeBron James was allegedly on PEDs. I've been trying to sit there and say that. The photos don't lie. Look at this. Does this look like LeBron? When LeBron James took a 2-week hiatus to go to Miami and he was full of freaking strength and everything, does this look like LeBron? Does this look like LeBron, chat, bro? No, it does not. This man, LeBron James, been on something, and I've been trying to tell y'all niggas, and y'all niggas didn't listen. So now when you got players, and make sure y'all smash the like button. We got 150 people in. We should have 150 likes. If you're not donating, hit the like button. That's the biggest support. We got to expose what this man LeBron James actually is, chat. Bro, LeBron James took a 2-week hiatus. A 2-week hiatus for a biogenesis, right? And he was full of muscle playing above the rim, because y'all got to understand LeBron James was skinny to start of the 2015 season. So when you have players that have basically came out there and exposed who LeBron James actually is, then we got to start deranking LeBron. And if it's officially that came out, LeBron James, he's disqualified for any rankings. He disqualified for that, because it's crazy how this man has played in the league for multiple years, and he has never slowed down. He's played in the league for 20 years. Real talk. This is the thing with LeBron James. Real talk. And if you look at the physical transformation for LeBron, this does not look like LeBron. This does not. I don't know who the hell this nigga is. This nigga like LaFranklin James. This is not LeBron, chat. This is not LeBron. Shout out to I'm not gonna say your name because that's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna say your name is Whippet. He said, I remember he came back skinny. He was struggling too. I remember ESPN was like, what's wrong with LeBron? He was out for 3 weeks. he came back full of juice, full of muscle, and started playing above the goddamn rim. I remember that shit. I remember that. Shout out to you, Whippet. I remember that shit, bro. LeBron James was not playing above the rim. He wasn't. He wasn't. What does LeBron James mean by LeBron James doctors? What does he mean by that? Real talk. This man, LeBron James, went to a biogenics clinic in Miami, which was supposed for providing PEDs to players like Alex Rodriguez. And since it was based in South Florida, that's when it's basically linked, including LeBron. Real talk. Real talk. This shit is sad. To the people that's because somebody said play the video. We're gonna play this video again because I'm seeing that people just now coming in. Let me read this other super chat right here, chat. Let me read this other super chat because this right here is crazy. Chael Sonnen said he knew his drug. We're gonna play the Chael Sonnen video. We're gonna play the Chael Sonnen video because this is insane, bro. He said, Jeff T, you're not Chael Sonnen's skin color. I admire him for speaking up. Watch your back, Jeff T. Oh yeah, there's no more Clutch Sports checks for Jeff T. There's no more Clutch Sports checks for Jeff T. Now let's hear what Jeff T had to sit there and say, chat, to people that's not coming because people are playing for it.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Browns.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy.
That might be the
Heat
best
Bron
Brown we ever
was,
seen. I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Nah, give me
like legit was on steroids, bro. I'm allegedly, but like he had to sit out, bro. Y'all remember when they told him like they
There goes the Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
Nah,
when they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah,
bro.
that might be the best Bron, bro.
That's what Jeff T sat there and said, chat. That's what Jeff T sat there and said. After LeBron James left Miami, LeBron lost noticeably weight in the 2014 offseason, was the start of the 2015 year. And he sat there and said it was a low-carb diet. But no, LeBron James stopped using the Miami supplements of the PDs. See, when you drop in weight, that means it equals off getting off the PDs to prep for a stricter testing to avoid suspect or for people to sit there and like text you, bro. This avoid suspicion, right? And that's the picture that came. When people sit there and say, Mookie, where does this picture come from? This was the 2014 offseason, chat, going into the 2015 season, because LeBron James started to get off the drugs because he wanted to avoid testing and everything, allegedly, right? Bro, on top of that, he was not playing above the rim. He was not playing above the rim. LeBron James was trash to start of the year in 2015. People were sitting there saying, what the hell is going on, LeBron? So he took a 3-week hiatus to go to Miami to get filled with all the things that needed for him to sustain it. And he came back and he started to be dominant. And just to let y'all know, bro, if you look at the NBA drug tests in a week, the NBA only tests for HGH once or twice randomly a year. And many PEDs can cycle out in your system in days. So some insiders, including ex-NBA players and trainers, have said that PED use in the league is more common than fans use, even if the stars are not named directly. So, like, even when you look at like the trainer name, like for Charles Barkley's friend Tim Glover, who hit it on air that there's been PED use in the league, and people have pointed like LeBron James. Part of the things about PED use is receding hairline, right? You getting bald, right? Those are signs of SGH speculations. So when you have Jeff Teague that have sat there and said those things, it is what it is. Shout out Tyree. He said, Mookie, LeBron also bragged about spending millions on his body. Last time I checked, weights and food doesn't cost $1 million a year unless you add medicine. That's a fact. And I agree with Tyree, because when LeBron openly said he spent about $1.5 million a year on his body on cryotherapy or hyperbaric chambers and chef and trainer, that number becomes famous, because at the end of the day, that's the kind of money of top athletes with secret aging regiments and PD programs that be able to spend. So maybe he's hiding the recovery substance under the umbrella of training and recovery. That's what I think what LeBron James is basically doing. So when you have Jeff Teague that have basically came out there and exposed who LeBron James actually is, this is insane. And this is why this is going to affect LeBron James and my rankings towards him. This is going to put LeBron James down and my rankings for him. Because when there's been speculation that you've been on those things, you've been on those drugs, and there's people that played in the league against LeBron James, and they have basically said that LeBron James been on those things, he is not no top 10 player all time. Matter of fact, he's disqualified for any all-time ranking. Y'all sit there and praise the longevity. Y'all sit there and destroy LeBron, the longevity, and sit there and say that LeBron James' longevity is the reason why he's the greatest basketball player of all time. But at the end of the day, when you got Jeff Teague that came out there and said it, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. And we're talking about a guy that Jeff Teague who thinks LeBron James the greatest basketball player of all time. We're talking about a guy, Jeff Teague, who was a LeBron fan. So he ain't sitting there hating on LeBron. We're talking about a guy, Jeff Teague, who loves LeBron. Sat there and came out and said that, bro. Chat, this is not good. This is not good. Also, let's see what Chael Sonnen sat there and said some things about LeBron. He sat there and said things about LeBron. Let's sit there and hear Chael Sonnen.
And he was coming to UFC fights, and he wasn't doing autographs, and it was just one of these things that rubbed me the wrong way. And he and I have one thing in common: we use the same drug dealer to buy our EPO, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, there's performance-enhancing drugs, and they'll come out and try to tell you those are bad things. Performance and enhancing are good terms. You can pin that on me all you want. If there's something out there that can make you better, I'm not going to lie about it like a lot of other people are. And it was a big deal. It's like LeBron. To explain where you got to understand, I grew up through the Hulk Hogan era. Like, I mean, I'm taking my vitamins and I'm doing my push-ups every night, and I'm flexing in the mirror for 10 years, and I can't put on any muscle. Like, Hulk, why didn't you say you were taking anabolic steroids? Like, I did the prayers, I would have done the steroids.
Yeah. So is there validity to your story with the same drug dealer? Is that actually accurate? Straight up.
Specific, but it's a wonderful drug. See, this is what, but
guys, it's good.
It's a legal medicine.
There's your boy.
That's one of the things. It's a legal now. You can ban it in sports, and there's different rules, but I'm sharing with you. Like, this is what Lance Armstrong did when he finally clean. It was something called EPO. And in the world of performance-enhancing drugs, in my experience, EPO is king, and it is king by 8. I would pass up 5 other stuff just to have that, but it's very, very difficult to get. It's very expensive. We happen to have the same guy. I didn't say that to out him and or embarrass him. This wasn't like a dry snitch. I'm sharing that if you want to get a basketball, you want to make it to 38, you want to be the MVP of the league, you can't just go do certain things. There's a little bit more to it. Let me share with you what that is. I mean, I have the same problem with The Rock. Every time I'm around The Rock, he's a very nice guy to me, but I don't know why he denies steroids. He denies them, and John Cena denies them. It's like, guys, they're legal. Testosterone is legal. Steroids got a bad rap and this dirty rap, and it brings in connotations that you're in like a back alley of a Gold's Gym and you're buying something out of a brown paper bag. There's also legal medicines, which is what you guys do. I believe The Rock takes his legally. Why wouldn't you just come out and tell people that? It's a great. Stallone did. Schwarzenegger finally did. Suzanne Summers did and wrote a book on it. But that's a very honorable thing. If this is what you're truly doing, I feel
you're saying that's not all natural, Phil.
And you can say nothing. Like, you can just post those pictures and say nothing. But if he chooses to come out and say, here's my diet, here's my cheat meals, and here's specifically what I do, but you leave out the anabolics, which you know is what's actually creating that, not the pancakes in the morning and the 4 a.m. wake up. I think that you need to say it. I do. Or you can just stay away from it. So I helped LeBron. He didn't have the courage to say it, so I said it for him.
Wow.
What Chael Sonnen is speaking is absolute facts. and this is a guy in Chael Sonnen. Why has if everybody is wrong, if everybody is lying that LeBron James allegedly on those drugs, why hasn't LeBron James came out there and sued those guys? Why has he come out there and sued Chael Sonnen? Why has he came out there and sued Kevin Garnett? Why has he came out there and sued Victor Kate? If what he is saying is a lie, why hasn't LeBron James came out there and sued those other people, right? Why has he done that? You know why? Because he know that there's validity to that. He know that there's validity to that, bro. When you have Jeff Teague, who just came out there and recently sat there and said that LeBron James was allegedly on those drugs, there is nothing you can sit there and say about this, brother. Jeff Teague said, and we're talking about a guy that loves LeBron. Jeff Teague loves LeBron. Y'all hear this again what Jeff Teague sat there and said, because we got some people coming in. Hear what Jeff Teague just sat there and said on his podcast, the 520 podcast. He sat there and said this.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat Bron was, he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Wow.
like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like they
there goes the Clutch Sports allegations?
Y'all remember that though? No. When they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah, that might have been the best Bron, bro.
Which Bron was better?
Hold on. Somebody said he said allegedly.
Miami Heat Bron.
You're supposed to say that in order you don't. You're supposed to say it in order you don't get sued. What everybody has basically sat there and said for LeBron that he's on it. When you have everybody that sat there and said that LeBron is allegedly on it, and people have sat there and come to the assumption that he was on it because he took those 2 weeks hiatus. And even if you look at the facts, like, bro, LeBron stopped using those drugs in the 2014 offseason, bro, to prep for the next season because they were testing during that time. And the fact that he looked like this don't even look like LeBron. Like, the nigga hat is bigger than his fucking head. The hat is bigger than his fucking head. There is so many pictures that LeBron. I'm gonna show you another picture. I think LeBron, because this is crazy, Chad. We're gonna pull up another picture, bro. This don't even look like LeBron. And this came out of articles. LeBron is losing weight after 2014 this morning because he stopped being on those drugs. He stopped being on those drugs, brother. He stopped being on those drugs. Let me pull it up right now, chat. Let me pull it up right now. Let me pull this up right now, chat. This is crazy. This picture right here is like, oh my goodness, bro. This right here is crazy. And also, Chael Sonnen didn't say allegedly. Chael Sonnen sat there and said LeBron James was on those balconies. Kevin Garnett didn't say allegedly. Kevin Garnett sat there and said LeBron James was on that new juice. He was on that balcony. That's what he sat there and said. That's what he sat there and said. So y'all gonna disagree with that guy sat there and said? Now this picture right here that I'm about to pull up right now, I'm basically trying to make it. This doesn't look like LeBron. Who the fuck is this guy? Who the hell is this guy, bro? I want y'all to look at this right quick, bro. That picture is not AI. This is a real picture of LeBron. You can go look at it on his Instagram. Now I want y'all to go look at this right here, bro. And salute to my nigga Miles. I'm gonna get Miles on this because Miles, we got another person that sat there and called out Chael Sonnen. This don't even look like LeBron. This don't even look like LeBron. This don't even look like LeBron. This don't even look like him. Look how skinny. This was after the 2014 season. He looks sick. Now let's hear what Teague had to sit there and say about LeBron.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat
best
Bron
Bron we ever
was,
seen. I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Not give you
Like legit was on steroids, bro. I'm allegedly, but like he had to sit out, bro. Y'all remember when they told him like they
There
gonna
goes the
start?
Clutch Sports allegations.
Y'all remember that though?
No.
When they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though.
Nah, that might be the best Bron, bro.
Wow. So when you add people that sat there and said that LeBron James was allegedly on that, and he meant what he sat there and said, y'all telling me they're not having past conversations about LeBron James being on that shit? You telling me that they're not having past conversations that sit there and say that LeBron James is that is on that? When Jeff Teague had basically sat there and said that LeBron, why would Jeff Teague just bring that up out of nowhere? Jeff Teague in an NBA knows that, bro. They tried to hide the league, bro. And when you have they're hiding for the league, ladies and gentlemen. They're for the league. And now y'all sit there and say, that makes sense. I can't sit there and say that every time when you disagree with somebody's opinion about LeBron, you can't sit there and say that, bro. This is crazy. This is sad. This is insane.
Bron had
All right, I'm back, chat. But we just gotta be honest, bro. Do y'all hear me? Push one if y'all hear me, bro. Push one if y'all hear me. Do y'all hear me? Push one if y'all hear me. Do y'all hear me? Okay. Now we gotta be honest, chat. If y'all disagree with what I sat there and said, defend your man's LeBron. But when you have people that sat there and say that LeBron James is allegedly on those performing drugs, and when you have Jeff Teague that came out there and said that for LeBron James, there's nothing you can sit there and say about it, bro. There's nothing you can sit there and say about it. Real talk. Why do you think LeBron James lasted in the league that long? Why do y'all think LeBron James lasted in the league that long, Chad? Why? Because he was on those enhancement drugs, bro. Allegedly, that's what he was on, bro. We got to call it how it is, bro. We got to call it how it is, man. We got to sit there and stop lying about LeBron. How this man look just like this? LeBron James is not known to be that fucking skinny nigga. LeBron James is not known to be fucking skinny, nigga. This is not no fucking. This is actually how LeBron James looked. This picture as well. Look how LeBron looked. We gotta be honest, bro. Stop it with this LeBron James glaze, bro. Stop with this LeBron James glaze. This is sad, bro. LeBron James has, if it come out there that LeBron James is actually on it, his reputation is ruined. I don't have him. I think he's disqualified. I think he's the biggest, like, cheater in all of sports. If it came out there and sat there and said LeBron James is on that shit, LeBron James is the biggest cheater in all of sports, bro. The biggest cheater in all of sports, bro. If it came out there and said it, bro. Imagine if Michael Jordan used those enhancements like LeBron James did. Imagine if he used that shit. What do you think he would be doing, Chad? Imagine if he used those enhancements like LeBron James said this. What do y'all think he would be doing? Or these other players in the league. Imagine they had the opportunity using the enhancements that LeBron James used. What do you think they would be doing? They will be dominating the league. LeBron James had the luxury on being in those enhancements drugs. He had the opportunity of being in those things, bro. And you think I should value that of other people that didn't have to cheat the game like LeBron? And then he still didn't fucking achieve the accomplishments that Michael Jordan achieved. You had so many stacked rosters. You had so many stacked teams. You lost almost every fucking year. What are we doing here, brother? LeBron James is pathetic. Not only that, you beefing with Drake. You snake Drake out. Now niggas are coming out there and sitting there and say you on them alleged drugs, bro. The media's turned against LeBron James. You love it. Because he used the media to manipulate others. He used the media to help himself. Somebody said play the video. Play the video.
Which Bron was better?
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat Bron.
Miami Heat.
I'm going this Cavs Bron because this Cavs Bron had a 3.
Man, y'all crazy. Miami Heat
best
Bron
Bron we ever seen. I ain't gonna lie.
he was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real.
Now, give me
like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly, but like he had to sit out. But y'all remember when they told him like
there goes the Clutch Sports allegations?
Y'all remember that though? No. When they was like he got everybody, they started testing for HGH, and they was like, yo, and he had to sit out. Like he said his back was hurt, and he sat out for like 3 weeks, and he came back skinny. This is just I was in the league. I remember. And he came back in. He was crazy though, bro.
That might have been the best Bron, bro.
So when he sat there and said that shit, bro, that's crazy, bro. That is insane, bro. Like, I can't mess with a nigga like LeBron, but that's what he does. There's been so many facts, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Soon as that nigga didn't play up to that standard, soon as that motherfucker was playing like shit against the star, I said, nigga, he ain't on that shit, bro. LeBron James is on that shit, bro. He's on that shit, bro. Then when I seen this motherfucker sit there and continue, and I mean continue, bro, to not sit there and not play through his expectation, and he went to a biogenesis, and that's the same biogenesis chat that LeBron James and his people got busted for, nigga. And then him and his girl started a fruity smoot business. What? We got somebody, maybe a potential Bron sexual. Jeremiah Scott.
Yes.
What you got on this, brother?
If LeBron James takes PEDs, I'm gonna see where do he start. Like, if he start from rookie season, then he's already disqualified. But let's say he took it from 2003, and he took it while he was in Miami. I'm just gonna in 2012. I'm just gonna rate his career for like 03 from 11. You get the point?
Nigga, no, nigga. If you take it, you're disqualified. Period, nigga. Your career is done because you tated some shit that no other guy had the luxury of doing that shit. You cheated the game. You
No,
take some shit that is
I
banned.
understand. I understand what you're saying. But if LeBron James took this from his rookie year, then he's disqualified.
No, it
But if
don't
he
matter. It don't matter if he took it. If he took it, period. You're not supposed to take that shit. And if he taking that, that's the reason why he sustained it long enough. You're disqualified. Period, nigga. What are you talking about, bro?
oh, I'm not a LeBron fan.
You are a LeBron fan.
No, I don't think it's the GOAT.
It don't matter if LeBron James took it or not. He's still disqualified. You're not supposed to take. I don't give a fuck if you took it from 05 to for 2 years. The fact that he has took it repeatedly to allow him to sustain this longevity as well. That discredit. Real talk.
Look, if he takes it, I will be real disappointed. But
If
if
he
you want
take
to say
it, if he take it, he should be banned for all of sports. Banned.
I don't know.
His basketball career should be done. Every record that LeBron James has put in the record books should be an asterisk, should be scratched off. Get it off.
Yeah,
there.
I agree. If he takes it, I agree. It should be revoked.
Right. LBJ fan, what's up, brother?
Hey, so look, Mo. Hey, let me say this, right? So I think Jeff Teague just hating, dog. Like, there's no proof ever that LeBron ever took PEDs,
How is
man.
Jeff T? Hold on. How is Jeff T hating when he has LeBron James to go?
No, he's doing it to be relevant.
No,
He's doing
I'm
it for
saying
views.
how is Jeff T hating when he has LeBron James the goddamn go? How is Jeff T hating when he has sat there and
Because
spoke highly about LeBron?
let me
Just
tell you
because
how the
people sit there
internet
and say
work,
your
man.
man's LeBron James on it, that don't mean he's hating, brother.
When there's conflict, they will make more views, and Jeff Teague will make more money. That's what it is
But
about, man.
but it's not just people just sitting there saying it. Everybody has sat there and said about LeBron. Even lower level niggas like Victor Cote has sat there and said about LeBron. Bro, you gotta fix your mic. You gotta fix your mic, bro.
LeBron James takes it. He's gonna be the biggest fraud in history.
He
In
is.
sports.
Well, he's already one of the biggest frauds in NBA history, but
Well, I don't know about that, but if he takes the if he found if they found
six finals losses, had one of the biggest meltdowns in NBA history. I mean, come on, bro.
no, I think that title belongs to Harden or
No, it's not no Harden, niggas. No, the biggest failure is LeBron James, bro. Real talk, bro. So, like I said, when people have sat there and said LeBron James is allegedly on that stuff, it's done. But that's all I got on this, man.
Mookie, what's your top 10?